Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to BattleTech. So, I know I said I was going to figure out some stuff for Yang to do with our mechs while we were on our way out to New Vandenberg, but honestly, really having a look at the situation we're in, we are so far from ready that I don't even feel we can start on that yet. We really do need to get together at least a couple more big impressive mechs, so I think for the moment we're just going to leave things how they are. However, we do have to hire at least one more pilot. We only have 7 pilots on staff currently, and that's counting Reaper as a pilot, which is maybe kind of a dubious proposition. So, I went to the hiring hall, and it turns out there's a unique pilot here who has a bunch of stat points already, and I think we should take him on. This is Paige Alarcon. Paige Alarcon was born on Ryan's Fate, and feels that fully describes them. But just in case you're unfamiliar with Ryan's Fate, lucky you, they're willing to elaborate. They were one of many children on an industrial mech pilot and her technician, on a hot, desolate wasteland only valuable for the poison it harbors under the surface. Obviously, if you're a person who's familiar with BattleTech lore, and you know what the deal is with Ryan's Fate, please do leave that in the comments below, because my interest is piqued here. Paige grew up constantly aware of the omnipresence of doom. It was unavoidable, but out of familial respect, Paige made at least a token effort, and thus made it to adulthood. Then, having already lost 2 siblings to the minds of Ryan's Fate, they carefully weighed the risks and decided that, out of familial respect, piloting a mercenary battle mech would be safer than staying at home. Yeah, I don't know what they're mining out of the ground there, but is it radioactive? Or, I don't know, we're hiring you though. Welcome to the team, Paige Buckshot Alarcon. Okay, so that's 8 pilots. How's Reaper doing, anyway? Is he pretty trained up? We're gonna have to start running him, but he needs to actually get skills, so we're gonna pick up Master Tactician, and then he's gotta get something else. Alright, let's head out to New Vandenberg, and maybe we'll find a mission that I feel comfortable running him in, because he's gotta get some XP somehow. The training pod has been doing good work, though. He is at least at a point where I feel comfortable putting him in a mech now. New Vandenberg. This is 3 Skull Challenge. I did find this other world here, Brisbane, which also has former Star League presence and is rich. It has a black market in addition. Also, it has a plague quarantine. So I think we're gonna head to New Vandenberg first, because there's no plague on this world. And if we don't find what we're looking for, we'll consider heading to Brisbane. I'm really nervous about one of our pilots just up and, catching something and up and dying, which would be inconvenient. Man, that's a long flight. So we have, I don't know, like... Oh hey, drive upgrades, right. That's actually super relevant here. Good job, Farah. We don't have much else available. We don't really need improved automation. This is just going to increase our medical points. And wow, that's expensive. We are definitely not buying that upgrade. Yeah, I mean, for the cost of this, I suppose we should get it.
It'll take a bit, but we'll get it done.
And every upgrade is potentially something that will be called on in an event or whatever. Let's keep moving. So yeah, like, to be perfectly honest, I feel like we only really have 4 good mechs. I'm not really counting the awesome here. So we're pretty far off of being able to mount 2 full lances. By the way, it is exactly 2. We don't have to prep more than that. I apparently missed a mouse over somewhere, but somebody pointed it out in the comments of the last episode, and thank you very much, person whose name I did not remember to look up before starting recording. That's my bad. But it is exactly 2. So we need to have 8 good mechs and 8 good pilots. I think we're there on pilots. It's just a matter of finding some more parts to finish some of the heavy and assault class mechs that we're currently putting together. And honestly, I guess maybe going to a place with 3 Skull Challenge is not a good idea then, because it might be the case that we don't find the things we're looking for in the missions. We might be able to buy it, though. Hey, we have more frozen Triple F burger meat. This time, though, we have hydroponics. We can actually see what this final choice does. An idea pops into your head. Chief, you're kind of an expert on Triple F burgers. Do you think that the hydroponics garden has what you'd need to recreate the real thing? Yang's face takes on the stony expression that you've come to associate with complicated refit orders. From what I've heard, this stuff is basically whale meat, so I'll have to improvise, but yeah, challenge accepted. By the end of the week, Yang and his mech techs had raided the garden and retrofitted a blast furnace into a makeshift grill. Wow, that sounds safe. Somebody even decorated the mess hall in Triple F's trademark colors. While only those who've traveled in Davion space can attest to the accuracy of the burgers, everyone agrees they're delicious. So hey, a bunch of morale. Honestly, morale we probably don't need. I guess it works as a buffer, losing a little bit of morale against events. So we have, what, we have like one piece of a Zeus, one piece of a Black Knight, a couple pieces of a Battlemaster. We're not too far off. It's just a matter of finding the right parts. Also, if we could locate another Gauss rifle or something, that would be pretty handy.
Top-notch work, if I may say so.
I mean, I'm just going to keep, as long as there are cheap upgrades available, I'm just going to keep buying them. That's $450, and this is, yeah, $270. Go for it. Repair scaffolding. Have we been doing all of our mech repairs without scaffolding? What, do we, like, lay them down first? That seems like it would be a serious undertaking. Maybe not the laying them down, but the getting them back up afterward part. And you know, it's not just a matter of numbers, too. We have to get mechs that actually work well together, that offset each other's weaknesses. We're pretty much just desperately looking for stuff. Once we find some things, we'll see if we can craft 2 lances out of it. And if not, then maybe we go back to the drawing board and find some more stuff. Okay, another plus accuracy plus energy TTS. That's fairly expensive. I'm not sure I want to buy that. They're certainly nice to have, but AC 10 with triple plus. That's a pretty bad triple plus right there. And there's a piece of a Hunchback, which is a fine mech, but I'm not really looking for 50-ton anything right now. Well, let's see if we can get into a little bit of trouble here. Even if we can't get any good mechs, we can probably at least pull some money. What do we got, Darius? We got some work for the Taurians at 3.5. Pay's not bad. We believe that the local pirate organization has landed an elite lance on New Vandenberg. Yeah, okay. Track down some dudes and blow them up. I can do that. Max salvage 418. And we are going to need money to cover travel. We're going to be fine. I'm gonna prioritize salvage here. Let's even go up to 3. Yeah, we got 2 million left for expenses. We're about to drop actually a significant chunk of it on a financial report. Is it necessary to get more than 2 pieces of priority salvage? Probably not. Yeah, let's go for 2 salvage and $500,000 pay. Of course, our reputation's pretty bad out here, so we're not getting the good jobs, but we take what we can get for the moment. Actually, hold on. What's our reputation with the Taurians? 1. Okay, so that story event where we helped them realize they were being tricked did not actually... I bet Kamea got the credit for all that. We didn't get any reputation for that at all, huh? Ah, well. Is what it is. Let's blow some stuff up, shall we? So we're going to run Reaper this time. Which mech are we going to short so that Reaper can play? Probably the Awesome. I think we lose the least effectiveness. Yeah, we'll pull the... Actually, do we just want to run the Centurion with Reaper in it then? We're going to pull Reckless here. I was going to pull the Awesome, or pull the Centurion and put the Awesome back in, but maybe we just have Reaper, you know, stand really far away and shoot at people with missiles. The Awesome is a better mech in terms of protecting everybody else because it's big enough that I'm not afraid to present it as a target, but it's getting to the point where everybody else is, like, we're getting good enough at defensive play that we maybe don't need all of our mechs to be super tough, and the Centurion can stand far enough away from everything. He's not much of a gunner. Yeah, okay, let's do this. Let's try this. Plus, in theory, it's a 3.5 skull. Like, in theory, this shouldn't be that hard. We are in a desert, which I think makes the Centurion better than the Awesome in yet another way. Because, man, the Awesome runs super hot, and it really, really doesn't play well with extra heat biomes. I still don't really know what his third skill is going to be. Obviously, we'd like another person who can run a mech at plus initiative, but beyond that, multi-target's pretty good. Bulwark is also pretty good. I guess Bulwark and Sensor Lock, like, there's no synergy there, but it's almost always the case that you want to do one of those things, right? Like, if we're in range of enemies, we can stand still and fire, and if we're not in range, a lot of the time, a move in Sensor Lock is pretty reasonable. I don't know. We'll see. We'll mess with it after we feel out the situation a little bit more. The mechs that we have available, the mechs that we plan to use for the final drop, are definitely going to play a part, right? Because certain skills synergize better with your loadout. So the deal is, this pirate lance is running around inside contested territory, and they haven't been able to actually capture it. Threatens to distract our own forces into trying to track it down and engage it. If these guys are that hard to track down, they must be pretty competent. I mean, he says expect a tough fight, but he also says 3.5 skulls, so I don't know. I guess for a certain definition of tough.
Command interface initiated.
Alright, let's do it. Keep our eyes peeled. This feels like a trap. We've got some unexpected readings from long-range surveillance, so we might have company. Okay. I'm okay with that. I think we can handle a couple of lances at this difficulty.
Affirmative.
I really do wish we had more control over spawning, even if it just like said, these are the 4 positions your mechs are going to drop in, place the ones you want in the positions you want them in, you know?
Moving out.
Alright, do we have vision of anything? Nope, no sensor readings, nothing. Alright. But their turn's taking a while. I bet there's more than 4 of them. Alright, let's
Roger.
move the Thunderbolt forward first, see what we get. Alright, we got something. Reading 60? That's not too bad. We can handle 60. I don't love this thing where we don't have any cover.
Waiting for orders.
You know what? The Centurion maybe waits. Waits back here. Where do I think there might be enemies? I'm going to come up facing this way. I guess the Centurion... We have a good read on...
I've got an unknown on sensors. Hell yeah.
What do we got? What do we got? Okay, combat started immediately because I got vision. That's fine. I'm pretty sure Reaper's fine where he is.
I'm picking up a new sensor trace. Looks like enemy reinforcements.
Yep, no big surprise. Well, it looks like we're just running out in the open. And that thing has guarded. You know what? I think we're going to sit here on our extremely large amount of evasion charges. Actually, he can just attack. I always forget. Which side is the strong side? We want to show left. Okay, yeah. This is fine. He can just attack and take advantage of Bulwark. Do I want to aim? Thing's not super tough. No, let's save the aiming morale for Decker.
Let her rip.
Okay. I think I was better off going into guarded mode rather than just trying to sit there on the evasion charges.
New bogey on the field.
Possible that that's not correct.
Receiving you.
And I think the rest of us are going to reserve. Got another 65. Okay, it's a Thunderbolt.
They've got a lock on me.
Standard loadout? Yeah, pretty normal. I want this thing to go before the rest of us do, so let's let it shed its guarded state. Okay, I think that was just 120 pod. I really want this thing to move forward. Also, I don't know if this is a real thing, but it kind of looks like those puffs of smoke are issuing from the ground, which makes me think that the things over here are vehicles, not mechs. But it's possible that that's just that's not actually a thing you can tell by trying to watch that. Boy, everybody's got LRMs, huh?
My armor's getting ripped off.
Medusa, you're fine, you big baby.
Good to go.
Alright. This thing has exposed itself. Alright, 96%. I'm honestly considering moving forward, doing Vigilance and Precision Strike with him. I'm a little nervous about presenting him this far forward without Vigilance, and obviously Precision Strike is probably going to let him just take this mech down. Yeah, alright, let's do it. Let's spend a little. It is nice to start the battle with a ton of morale. Alright, just center him. This might not be lethal, but it'll give Bell a pretty good shot at taking him. Do I want to just try to go for the head then? If there's a good chance that's not going to be lethal. 61 to the head is a tall order. We'd expect probably one missile to hit and maybe up to one of the other weapons. No, let's just try to core him.
Copy that.
Okay, 26. We can finish that off. In fact, that might be Reaper next, actually. Give the shot from where you are. What's it look like? 55s. Are we? We are out of optimal range. Yeah, all right. He can step up to have a direct shot, I guess. Okay, that line of sight does clearly go through a rock partway through, but it looks like the game's not counting that. And it looks like we'll have an optimal range from here. Oh, maybe not. Maybe he's just outside. Hold on, let's move forward one more space. 60, huh? I was expecting to see a pretty solid... There we go. That's what I'm looking for. So we would need 7 missiles hitting center. I'm just going to hit him with everything here. We can probably get 7 center hits out of this.
Let's see how you like this.
Sorry, was that actually none? Yes, that was 0 center hits. Reaper, you're killing me, man. That thing right now doesn't have vision of anybody. Maybe that's how we want it to stay. I guess I should have positioned myself such that the Thunderbolt could provide me with cover. Whatever, we're fine. Do I want to start putting damage on this Thunderbolt? Basically, like, do the LRM-20s go over here? Because we probably don't need everything to kill this dragon. Yeah, let's do this. I'm super annoyed that I feel that I need to fire everything here, but the fact that we got no center hits off of the Centurion makes it necessary. I mean, I know the Centurion was hitting from the side, but even so, 0 hits? Wow, that's a remarkable amount of stability damage. Come on, one more. Yeah, there we go.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm less sure on that puff of smoke height thing.
Standing by.
Well, he can get a knockdown. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for it. I know we don't get to aim this turn, because I'm definitely still using Vigilance.
Position confirmed.
Actually, am I? If I use an aim shot and break this guy down, they no longer have vision of us. Oh, but also I'm not going to. He's not actually going to die. Okay, yeah. Let's go vigilance. And then just open up on him with everything. It wasn't showing me any hit percentages. I was worried something was wrong. Yeah, just give it to him. As long as the autocannon hits, the knockdown is assured, I believe. And now Reaper gets to bombard him from super long range with an aim shot. We can maybe make something happen here.
What do you need?
What I need is for you to step forward enough to not be in long range anymore. There we go.
Coordinates received.
I was planning to leave him a lot further back, but he doesn't have the gunnery skill to not be as close as possible. So let's see. We got 3 of the medium lasers and the LRM are in this left torso. We basically completely disarmed this thing. I have to hit it 11 times in 45 shots. We're expecting about half of 80% of them to do that. Okay. I think we can make this happen. Okay, so now that thing's just a large laser. Feeling fairly secure about that.
Yeah.
Probably just finish it off.
Copy.
We're gonna have to move down here and take out these vehicles with the Griffin, I'm sure, but okay, no, not vehicles. All right, we did some good damage to the center torso. Just try to finish it off, I think.
Hell yeah. Hostile eliminated.
I wasn't sure that was going to happen, and then when the two lasers both missed, I thought, oh, okay, we're definitely not going to get it now. Okay, 75. That's encouraging. We just had to be careful with whatever that is. Try not to take it apart too much. Those hits were doing 4 damage. I think that thing is shooting us with a double plus damage LRM launcher. That's very exciting, actually.
Engaging jump jets.
No weapons fire this turn, we're just moving forward. I think we probably just reserve for a while. Like, I want to let as many of them move as possible before we take our action. Okay, it's a Wolverine. It's not terribly dangerous.
Commander. What's up, boss? Good to go.
Do I want to move Decker? No, you know what? We're just going to reserve. I guess I'm a little concerned because now they have vision of us. So the thing on 2 can fire, but... And actually, I think he just has vision of the Centurion. No, we're just going to reserve. I want their thing to take its turn, and then we'll all move. Okay.
Waiting for orders.
The bad news here is that it will have guarded. But the good news is we can establish some vision, we can like do a little bit of work, and then we will all go before that thing next turn, so we can try to work out a solution.
Move order received.
Okay, so what do we see down here? This is an Orion. Shoot, do we have pieces of Orions? I'm not sure. Let's try to get as much of this thing as we can. So it seems like if you core it, you only get 1 piece of salvage. If you take the legs out, you get 2. And if you incapacitate it by destroying the pilot without doing any of those things, you get 3, because that's how we got our awesome. So we could try to go for a piloting cap. Like we could try to just do the headshot, right? I don't want to try to get a headshot through through guarded, because that means even the AC-20 won't do the job. We should sensor lock something just to get the evasion charge off. This is a Vindicator with an LRM 5-pod and a PPC. That's not exactly terrifying. Yeah, alright. Sensor lock this guy. Just strip his evasion charge.
Locked on.
I wonder if... Oh, there's something further away that we haven't picked up reading on yet. I was going to say, I don't... It doesn't seem like these missiles add up to enough missiles, but that's because there is something still down there.
I'm here.
Something down there with an AC-2, or 2 AC-2s and some LRM pods. I wonder if we can get Medusa in close enough for a punch. That's what I'm thinking now. If Medusa jumps down here...
Lifting off.
Is he going to be able to throw a punch at this thing on his next move? Because we might be able to strip its, might be able to strip its guarded state that way. I think he's not... I don't think he's close enough. Having to move through all the trees is going to make it too hard. Do you get the strip when you do DFA? I'm not sure. Okay, when we mouse over melee... Right, the in-combat tooltips are terrible and useless. Well, do I even want to fire? With these things both guarded. I'm just going to stand here and cover, I guess. I'm in pretty good shape, right? The weak arm is damaged, but that's fine. That's kind of its job. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to spend Vigilance. Alright, if I'm not going to move, of course I'm not going to spend Vigilance, because I'm bracing.
Orders?
And for you as well, this is a turn of... just letting heat bleed off. Bell will take a Gauss rifle shot, see if we can't open something up, but I'm not going to aim it. We'll just see what happens.
Engaging jump jets.
Man, I do love giant robots rocket jumping around. That is extremely my jam. So yeah, we'll multi-target. We'll shoot you and you. You get the rifle. I'm hoping for a hit to a leg here. Or, you know, the head. The head would be fine. I trust you, Bell. You can do this. Come on. Gauss rifle to the dome. Aw. Well, that'll do, I suppose. That gives us an opening. I think the odds of us taking out the pilot without destroying either of the torso sides is pretty low. Right, we'd have to generate a lot of knockdowns, so probably blowing out that torso side is just part of the plan. Do we have punching? We don't have punching. I do not have punching range. Well, that being the case, like, as dangerous as this is, I think I'm going to let him go. He's got a pair of SRM 4 pods. Oh, he has an AC-10. Maybe I shouldn't just let him go. Is it on this side? LRMs, SRMs... If we can do enough damage to this side, we can maybe cause an ammo explosion?
Commander?
I'm going to take the shot. We should definitely move forward as much as possible. I'm going to be making myself a bit of a target here, so let's get the evasion charges. I want to show him my right side. Man, the aiming cone is being super weird right now. Here we go. Okay. Now I've got nice smooth movement. I think the problem is that my mouse was changing terrain elevations.
Location confirmed.
Alright, we don't have enough morale to do vigilance and precision strike, so we're just going to go for precision strike on that part of his torso. It's tough to get through guarded, but I want to do this before he gets his turn. We have a lot of damage. We'll get there. Please don't miss.
Confirmed.
Alright, good stuff, good stuff. No ammo explosion, so only 1 damage to the pilot. It'll be a minute before that thing gets to participate in the battle here. And then I think I maybe reserve with everybody else. We're not going to take this thing down before its turn. I want it to lose guarded before I fire at it with anybody else. We did the thing we could do through guarded.
Holding for the right opportunity.
Decker is in some kind of danger. Showing him that weak side, though. Hopefully that'll be enough. No, see, it's doing 4 damage when we're not guarded, too. Was it shooting at me while I was not guarded before? Oh, you know what? It might have been breaching shot.
Standing by.
I got all excited for a thing that wasn't even real. Alright, I've reduced his initiative by called shotting him. In a situation where I actually really didn't want to do that. Okay. Alright, he's moving. And he's going after the Griffin, which I really appreciate. Shots went to the left, it looks like. Maybe center? I don't know. It wasn't enough damage to care about. He's still not in melee range. How do we want to do this? If we start with Reaper, we can generate a bunch of stability damage. I'm at pretty long range here, but I suspect that my accuracy problems are indirect fire more than range. No, range is still an issue. Well, I was enjoying this thing where I was not visible to them. I think I'm going to continue enjoying that. Because we don't have the resources to spare on making the Centurion, like, have any damage reduction at all.
Roger.
So let's generate some stability damage here.
Yes, Commander.
Then Bell can put it on the ground, and we can have Medusa try to shoot it down, or try to blow off its head or something. I'd really love to kill it without destroying it too much. Because Bell can put it on the ground with just the SRM launcher, probably. Although, actually, I'd probably, like, give him the LRMs and give this guy everything else. Let's just get rid of him before he puts that PPC into too many people. Hold on. It will be fewer clicks for me to just retarget this. You know what? I'm actually really worried that we're not going to be able to get the kill with Medusa. Although, he'll be down for Decker's turn as well. Yeah, this will be fine. So we're just going to put one weapon on him, enough to put him on the ground.
Engaging multiple targets.
That's 2 pilot damage. I would expect their pilot will have at least 4 health.
Orders.
And I'm actually going to do this. I'm actually going to run forward and just called shot his face. I have so many individual attacks that the odds of getting a couple of head hits are pretty good. 4%. Maybe I should wait. Maybe I should wait and let Decker do this. Because, Medusa's going to go before this guy does next turn anyway. And maybe the play is instead just let this guy have it, because we could probably kill him. Even without spending any morale. He really is in bad shape. Yeah, just let this guy have it. I'll tell you what, though. We don't have 2 lances worth of good mechs. But man, the lance we have is pretty terrifying. That thing's going to jump jet up at some point here. Maybe it doesn't have jump jets? I'm starting to think it maybe doesn't have jump jets. Okay, so that's just a Jaeger mech. Is it telling me I'm not obscured from here? No, definitely not. Okay. I can't move forward into cover. Just move to right here.
Aye, aye.
I am going to try to execute this thing while it's on the ground. I think we're probably still only going to get 2 pieces of salvage because we destroyed half the torso, but... If I turn off the medium... Let me think. If we hit the medium laser to the head, we still have to generate 36 damage, which means 3 missile hits have to go in. So this is probably not going to work, basically. Well, that's right. Sorry, we only have to actually hit 2 shots to the head, because he probably only has 2 health left. He's a sentinel. I have no idea what sentinel means. I should pay more attention to the names of the different specs. Alright, I'm going to try this.
On it.
Just give me a couple hits to the head. No? 1.
Over the red line. Heat damage.
I pushed it a little bit. Just a little.
Yes, Commander.
Hey, Reaper. How would you also like to try to hit this guy in the head?
Damn.
Not a single one, huh? Medusa in his cockpit bouncing up and down shouting, "Let's go!" I can't believe that. We fired 45 shots at that guy. We couldn't get a single headshot.
Ready for orders.
Alright, let's just finish him. It looks like it's going to be center torso for us. How much health does he have left? 84. So if we want to be sure we get this before he gets a turn, I actually do have to, I have to go. He maybe only has 1 health left, but also maybe not, right? Like, we have pilots who have 5 health. Turn off the lasers. 4% to the head. You know what? We could do a point of pilot damage here. It's actually maybe better for me to go to the side, given the amount of damage we have to do to the center torso. If the pilot really does only have 1 health, it's probably, yeah, it's better for us to shoot off the other side of his torso.
Locked on target.
Okay, we got through center anyway. Yeah, that's a shame. We're only getting a 1 piece of salvage on that. I tried, though. You should probably just stay put.
Hunkering down. This heat is cooking my internal structure.
I'm really not concerned about, taking damage and losing here, obviously. Maybe I should be a little bit more worried. A lot of our mechs are super, super tough. Alright, Bell cannot get into close range on that guy. I'm going to actually have Bell turn around. Somebody's got to kill this thing.
Engaging jump jets.
Bell could jump out here and just drop the LRMs.
Engaging target.
I don't think this thing has jump jets. I think that's what's happening over here.
What do you need?
So honestly, I kind of want to have...
Standing by.
I wish we had better sensor locks.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, I'm gonna hold Reaper. We might be able to get vision with Bell, and then Bell and Reaper can work on that thing. You guys can just come forward and have at this guy.
Aye, aye.
We're probably only gonna fire the AC-20 this turn, because I need to avoid shutdown. Yeah, alright, that'll get us back under the heat threshold. So is there any reason for me to do anything other than shoot him in the center? I mean, we could go for the head. There's that small chance of an instant kill. At some point this is going to happen. Shooting him in the torso... We'll leave him with 100 and... we'll leave, yeah, 101 center torso health. So I'm not at all sure that Medusa's actually going to be able to finish him off this turn. So actually, I don't think we lose any... He doesn't gain a turn from me trying to go to the head and missing and hitting somewhere else. Let's try it.
Roger that. Mech destroyed.
It happened. It finally happened. He got it.
Watch my heat levels.
Well, I guess we have an entire Jaeger mech we can bring back to the to the ship.
Aye, aye. Double time. Let's go.
I told you it would happen eventually. If you just roll that die enough times. Alright, then Reaper gets reserved until after Bell's turn. Okay, Bell can get vision. He can't get vision and shoot, but I think it's better to have Bell get vision and then the Centurion be able to fire than it is to do it the other way around. Actually, we probably don't want to fire here, though. Trying to fire through his guarded while we have this much heat, probably what we do is just brace. I should move forward and then brace. So I guess I should have sensor locked. Yeah, I totally spaced on the fact that this guy was going to be guarded. Whatever, it's fine. The only person he can see is Bell, and he is not going to do tremendous damage to the Highlander. Oh no, my armor.
Good to go.
Well, he's still in cover. Good for him, I guess. We should probably move forward to direct fire. I don't expect him to survive the turn, so
Moving to position.
we can get a little bit more accuracy by getting up in direct fire. I probably don't want to spend any morale here. We'll
I copy.
spend morale with Bell. Actually aim our shot. Let's just see if we can open up a little bit. Okay, we opened up his leg. That might be something we can work with.
Damage. Standing by. Heading out.
Yeah, so I'm going to try to finish off that leg, and if we do that, then Bell's got a completely free aimed shot on him for the finish, probably.
I'm on it.
Just bust the other leg out.
Let's hit him hard.
I feel like I've got the hang of this this giant mech combat thing.
Orders?
The odds the Decker is going to be able to get back into this fight at all are basically zero, but I suppose he may as well sprint. He did some fine work. He shot a mech's head off. Something he can be proud of. So yeah, we probably just go to the other leg, right? 145 versus, yep. Everything into that leg.
All weapons committed.
I've got eyes on hostile reinforcements. They're heading your way.
I'm assuming that that is an error. Yep, okay.
Mission.
Just like it was in the last mission. Weird bug. It's strange for him to call out additional reinforcements when he means, wait, no, actually you got all the guys. Alright, 7 reputation gained with the Taurians. That's good. We got some extra pay on that. Yeah, Thunderbolt will need like one day in the mech bay. It'll be fine. And we'll take our 1 Orion piece. We did not have any parts of an Orion yet. Man. Plus AC2 is tough because I just can't imagine wanting to use an AC2. That medium laser's okay. Leg mod's not good. Wow, we really struck out on this. Okay, let's take the Vindicator. Now let's just take 2 pieces of that Jaeger mech. We might be able to finish a Jaeger mech and sell it, is what I'm thinking. We see a lot of them. Oh no, that's right. I only have 2 pieces of salvage anyway. Well, in that case, we're more likely to be able to put together the Vindicator, although it will sell for less. Yeah, that's pretty disappointing. We also got, yeah, just a smattering of other garbage. We got that AC2 that I don't want. Not a very good mission. Fortunately, there are other things to do on this planet. Where are we at here? We're 43 minutes? We could probably squeeze one more in. Assuming that it doesn't turn into like a total catastrophe. We're definitely going to let Yang fix the Thunderbolt up first, though. If it were the Centurion that took damage, I would just swap it out and run the Awesome, but there's no way we're going into battle without our Thunderbolt.
I've got the financial report.
Alright, we're going back to normal. Honestly, we could even cut back on expenses a bit for a while. It's not worth trying to save 140. Let's just scale back to normal. The difference between normal and generous is considerable. What are we looking at here? 2 days? Sure. That's fine. 2 days we have.
Job's done, Commander. This is an all-ship announcement.
Alright, the other jobs were for the Federated Sons, who don't particularly like us. Oh, that's interesting. That's very tantalizing. 5 skulls. I guess I wouldn't do that no matter what, probably. Yeah, alright, let's do Heavy Lure before we leave. The difficulty is low enough that I bet we're not going to get anything cool out of this, but we could use the money. And it's right here, right? We'll still go 2-8. I want to have 2 pieces of priority salvage, just in case. I didn't really read what the job was. We got it. It's fine. I should read what the job is. An extremely heavy mech with Taurian heraldry. This provocation is almost certainly bait for a trap. We'd like you to spring this trap. Engage the heavy mech, intercept the forces the Taurian Concordat sends to defend it, and destroy all of them. Okay, so the Taurians won't like us doing this. I'm not comfortable with how little information we have about the enemy forces either, Darius. We're in a polar setting. I'm gonna swap the Centurion out for the Awesome. The Awesome is definitely better when it gets free heat sinking. Plus, this way we can afford to put Reaper into the fight a little bit more. We won't have to hide as much because of all the extremely large amount of armor that thing is wearing. Actually, we should probably be running Buckshot too. Yeah, absolutely, we should be running Buckshot. Probably in Bell's spot. Yeah, that was a mistake. Okay, that's fine. I expect we're going to have to do a few more missions before we have the gear we want anyway, so we have time to build up that XP. But yeah, we'll put Buckshot in over Bell in the Highlander for a little while. Have we had other people pilot the Highlander? I feel like it's just sort of like it's Bell's machine. Hopefully we can take down this extremely heavy mech in a way that leaves us enough salvage to finish what it, like, hopefully it's the thing we already have part of. We do only have 2 salvage, so even if we did take it down with a headshot or something, there's no guarantee that we would be able to put it together if it's something new. So yeah, we'll just try to take the legs out of it. Whatever it is. It's way easier than going for the headshot. Or rather, it's way more reliable than going for the headshot.
Command interface initiated.
Move out and try to flush it out. Let's see what sort of trap this is.
Time to get paid.
We think it's a trap, so we're paying you to go and get in the trap. Just stand in the trap for a while and see what happens. Down the road. I guess we can just have Decker run down the road.
Roger that.
Decker's tough. He's got that special cockpit. The dragon, yeah, the Griffin, rather, can try to flank around and come over the mountain, maybe? Got those good jump jets. I think the Highlander will go with it. Yeah, basically, we'll just cut our force in half. Half of them go straight down the road, half of them go over the ridge here. And we'll see what happens.
Ready for orders.
Just kind of putting myself right out in the middle of everything.
Copy that. I've got something.
Oh, we've got a 60-ton reed. This is not the bait mech, that's for sure.
Let's do this.
All right, Medusa, calm down.
Orders.
Medusa's a real weird guy. That thing is within sensor range if we fall move. Yeah, just barely.
On the move.
Right, let's see what it is.
Got a lock.
We have a quick draw. Well, that's unfortunate for him getting detected at that range.
Aye, aye. Jumping.
Quickjaw would really like to be able to get up on its opponents before the fighting started. I do kind of wish I had the Centurion here, though. And he's probably just going to go into guard mode anyway, so we won't Fire Reaper. Oh. He moved enough to get a single really bad shot, and he took it because he hates living.
Good to go.
Well, let's not disappoint the poor man. Ooh, can I get a version of this shot that is not obstructed by that snowbank? No, I cannot. Yes, I can. Also, I would imagine that lasers are relatively effective against snowbanks. Yeah, just let him have it with the weapons that can see him. I'm not going to aim this or anything. Let's just see what happens.
Firing on target.
What happens is 2 misses. Well, that's unfortunate. Not even enough to actually generate heat, though. Looks like I can't quite get a direct line of sight. I think I'd rather just keep moving forward up here.
Engaging jump jets.
Gotta jump over that tree. It's a real menace. Yeah, we'll just give him the LRMs. Do I want to try to aim these, maybe? Because we're sitting here at max morale, and we're going to continue generating morale. No, let's just normal fire. We can burn through a morale bar very, very quickly. Yeah, Bell's LRMs are plus stability damage, and it really shows.
You've got hostile contacts inbound.
Ooh, I think those... Okay, no, those hit the side. I was gonna say, I think those are hitting the back, because I'm pretty sure guarded doesn't reduce damage that hits you in the back. That's whatever. I don't care about that.
Good to go.
Can you get a shot? You can get a shot. Well, that's pretty bad for this guy.
Position confirmed.
I'm sorry, is this the extremely heavy mech? This is the bait mech. It's all alone by... I don't know. That's weird. Who would call a quick draw an extremely... I don't know. Well, do we just core the thing? We probably just core it, right? Like... I have no reason to mess around with this thing.
Giving him everything I've got.
Man, Decker is so good at his job.
Target eliminated.
Like, really ridiculously good at his job.
Yeah.
I guess you can turn around. It's going to be a little while before you have vision of anything. Do I want to get vision of this guy in the middle of the turn? We're not going to be able to shoot at him with the awesome. Feel relatively certain of that. Bell will probably only be able to get the LRMs. And then this guy does act on 3. So, like, I think what I want to do here is move up close but not see him.
Let's go.
He can come toward us on his turn, and then we can mess with him from there. A new read, another 45. Yeah, this mission's just too easy. Alright, everybody get toward position. Yeah, from here Bell should be able to jump up into actually being able to shoot people with his direct fire weapons. And the Awesome's just going to have to full sprint and then probably take a couple of turns before it'll be actually in range of anything.
Let's move.
Now I wish I had brought the Centurion. I think we've just outscaled this part of the game.
Commander. Yes, Commander.
Wait, what's Decker gonna do? He's gonna have to run all the way around here because he has no jump jets. That's very unfortunate. At least the Thunderbolt's relatively fast.
Yep.
Alright, so... I can get vision of that guy. He hasn't moved yet. So he'll move. He won't end his turn guarded, basically, is what I'm thinking. If we run all the way out here... It's probably still not a good idea for me to shoot. I'm wondering if the better play is to, like, sprint. Right? Hit Vigilance now, sprint out, and then I can open next turn with a melee attack to break guarded off of one of these mechs so that we can absolutely pulverize it. And because I have vigilance and 5 evasion charges, I'm not afraid of what this guy's going to do to me. Let's try that. So yeah, I'm just going to run all the way out here. Let's see what we got.
I copy.
That is an Enforcer, which I've never seen before, with an AC 10. Glad I have guarded. And a Vindicator and something else. That's a cool looking mech. Are these both Vindicators? Yeah, they are. Okay. Well, I am well inside the medium range of a Vindicator. Or of the PPCs, rather, that the Vindicator is using. Okay, so we can have Bell just really unload on this dude. Slightly obstructed sightline. Is the AC-10 on this side? No, but his large laser is. That's fine. Basically, I'm debating, do I want to aim? I think I want to hold on to the morale for potentially vigilancing Dragon again, or Medusa again next turn.
All weapons committed.
Okay. Took off the side torso, completely filled his structure damage bar, which means that as soon as we can get some actual damage in on him, he's going to go down. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, right? He's going to get to move before I get to finish him off. Notice that his steadiness point is after the second bar, though, so unless he braces, he's not going to remove enough stability damage to prevent me from just knocking him over. I'm definitely going to stick with the plan and throw a punch at one of these Vindicators. So I think I am going to Vigilance again, since this thing still has its autocannon, and I'm like right in the middle of everything. Although I'm pretty much just going to take medium laser fire. Still, let's be safe. And then, yeah, throw a punch. Punch this dude in the head. I want to punch this one, I think. I think the Awesome's going to jump over, like, here, so it probably doesn't really matter. Punching this one lets me not show my back armor to anybody.
Location confirmed. Engaging.
Oh, I almost took off his arm. Okay, he got through. Still got a lot of center torso health, though. Run as fast as you can, Decker. Is it going to be possible for him to run up? I think he's not going to be able to run up this cliff face. I think he actually does have to go around.
Going full throttle.
Maybe I should have just run around the back of one of these things. I'm pretty sure I would be getting the side shot at that angle, but alright. Yeah, maybe I should have just run around the back of one of these things and dumped the SRMs.
Reporting light damage.
Medusa does get to go first next turn. Yeah, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. Okay, so these have both put their backs to Bell. I don't know if that was a good idea. I think they may have screwed up here. Right, we could go in on that Enforcer a little bit more, but rear armor striking with the full volley seems like the way to go. Too much leg damage. I really wish the Gauss rifle had not hit the leg. Like, the one part that really needs to make contact. It's a leg. Ugh. Alright, here we go.
Up high.
You see, I've got the side angle on this guy, but the back angle on that guy. So this is tough. Do I want to fire into the back armor of this dude? It really doesn't take that much back armor damage to destroy somebody. Here, I'm shooting at this guy from his strong side. Although, actually, this arm is taking a hit or two. And we would get the knockdown. Yeah, I think I'm just going to focus in. Let's try to finish this guy off.
Let's see how you like this.
Did you seriously miss one of those PPC shots? Reaper, you suck, man. You are just bad at your job.
Standing by.
Alright, so Medusa has to reevaluate his positioning a little bit. Oh, okay. Apparently I can't face any angle between these two angles if I run this way. We can jump back to here. I no longer have vigilance available, so I need to make kind of a retreat here. God, that's cool. Alright, can we just finish this guy off? Center torso showing 6 structure behind the 90 armor. Man, Bell got so close to killing this thing. Yeah, just go center. Let him have it. You can get through that.
Give him everything you got. One less target.
That gets us enough morale for a real called shot with somebody else. Yeah, Medusa's not really in that much danger if they're not hitting him in the back. This is kind of the danger of going for a back-attacking strat, is that if you fail, you haven't really made any progress on the front armor. It's almost like the damage you did doesn't matter unless you get some serious structural hits in. Okay.
I've got an armor breach.
Yeah, the Griffins, it'll be fine. We're probably leaving the planet after this one, so we have plenty of repair time. Try not to let these things maneuver out of medium range. I'm still more concerned about this Vindicator. Like, the Enforcer is pretty damaged, but it also just has the one gun. And I know it's a pretty good gun, but I still want to focus on the Vindicator. So, do I think we can... I think a precision strike to center torso is the way to go here.
All weapons committed.
These things just don't have enough armor for it to be tough to get through them. We are fighting enemies that are too easy.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Waiting for orders. Aye, aye.
Okay, if we can get a... Actually, it looks like both the PPCs would probably have to hit. This is 20 more damage than the medium laser. Yeah, okay, it's worth the extra heat. Actually, we probably don't actually have to care about this structural damage, because like I said, we're leaving the planet. We'll have plenty of time for repairs.
I copy.
We gotta go somewhere where the challenge is a little higher.
Let's hit him hard. Good to go.
Alright, Decker can run in and kill steal. You know how he does. I shouldn't go for the head, right? Let's just core it.
Targeting for an alpha strike. That's a kill.
I wanted to, though, very badly. I wanted to go for the head there.
Mission
It's alright, he has time. He'll get more headshots. So yeah, I guess if you're trying to damage out pilots, what you really want to do is get some called shot mastery on something that has a bunch of LRM pods. Because it doesn't matter how much damage you're doing with the shots, you're just trying to make contact. This was very disappointing loot-wise. There was really no good stuff here at all. We can finish a Vindicator, so we can sell it. And then, is there anything... A plus damage medium laser is cool, I guess. That's another one of those good cockpit mods. Yeah, let's take the plus damage medium laser. We still have... We have a lot of medium lasers. Yeah, just a huge disappointment there. Alright, well, we'll probably bounce around, heading to former Star League worlds, just trying to find any good loot at all. Like I said, what I would really love to find is another Gauss rifle or two. I don't know if there are other Gauss weapons, but just anything. Anything that has that word in its name is what we're looking for. Let's make sure we spend... Yeah, we finished that thing. Cleared for fighting. It's cleared for getting sold. Let's make sure we're spending our XP, particularly Reaper's XP.
Good to go.
Okay, and then what else do we want him to pick up? Honestly, he has sensor lock. He probably just needs gunnery, right? Like, multi-target's really useful. Multi-target is probably more useful than evasive movement or bulwark. Yeah, this is the way we're going to go with him. Gunnery and tactics.
Training complete.
Which makes him a striker. Gotta try to remember all of these things. Because not only is this going to give us insight into the enemy's skills, but if we can remember the ones that give high guts, that'll let us know which enemies are likely to be too tough to kill through pilot damage. Alright, real quick, let's just flip through everybody else. You have 11,000 XP unspent. Honestly, he does indirect fire a lot, doesn't he? Also, he does take some damage sometimes. Bell has been in the hospital once or twice. What can he get from this tree? Melee hit, unsteady threshold. That's not very good. Honestly, like, I think this is the best of his options.
Training confirmed, Commander.
He's kind of just not really getting that much out of XP anymore.
Hey.
Okay, yeah, you don't have enough. So we're going to pick up either Breaching Shot or Juggernaut with you, which is to say we're picking up Breaching Shot with you. Juggernaut's really not that good. I'm glad we were able to intervene before she spent that XP. Or before they spent that XP. We probably don't need more plus health. He definitely doesn't need indirect fire. I guess just accuracy, just broad accuracy is the most useful thing.
Warrior training complete.
Standing by.
Honestly, I think the health may be the right move for Medusa. Nobody in the crew takes hits like Medusa does. I mean, with the frequency that Medusa does.
Training complete.
That dude is tough as nails, though.
Commander?
Yeah, we spent with you.
Standing by.
Reckless has some left over. Definitely want to move toward Called Shot Mastery with Reckless.
Confirmed, Commander.
And has Sumo been passively accumulating XP? Not really. Can we get you to Called Shot, the first Called Shot thing? No. Well, we're close. We'll move in that direction.
Complete.
Turns out the Called Shot thing just is huge. It matters a lot. Alright. Well, with that, I think we are going to call it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time. We're going to hop around the galaxy a little bit and do some shopping. And we'll see you then.